Call to order the City of Joliet City Council meeting for today, Tuesday, August 17th. Today we're joined by Brother Ed, our fire department chaplain of St. John the Baptist Catholic Church, 404 North Hickory Street.
So in our prayers this evening, please remember Fran Schultz, who is sick at this time. Pray for her and for her family. Let us pray. God, our creator and giver of life, you are the great builder of all things. Please guide us this evening in what is best for our city with effective plans that can empower us to move forward as a community with the care and guidance of our mayor and his council. Guide us toward the best way to take action to accomplish our goals. Help us to challenge all the topics we need to discuss with openness and to leave this meeting inspired by your loving direction. Finally, God, bless and protect our mayor, our city council, our caring police officers and firefighters, all nurses, doctors, farmers, waterway and barge attendants, with all our essential workers who labor and care for our awesome city, we say amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, brother.
I'll be looking forward to seeing you. Oh, thank you.
Begin with roll call. Mayor Odekirk.
Here.
Councilman Clement.
here.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Here.
Councilman Guerrero.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Here.
First on the agenda are proclamations for Neighborhood Hero Award winners.
Thank you, everyone. Again, my name is Jane Bernhard. I am the current president of Project Acclaim and a city planner here at the City of Joliet. The Neighborhood Hero Award program recognizes people who show pride in their property through attention to landscaping and the exterior of their house. This annual awards program has been sponsored by the City of Joliet and Project Acclaim since 2015. And Project Acclaim was founded in 1985 by the Reverend James E. Allen. Our mission is to promote a positive image of the Joliet area and its people, engage residents and organizations to make their neighborhoods better, and partner with anyone or any organization working towards the same end. So tonight we have the second batch of Neighborhood Hero Award, there's the slide, winners, and we had 24 award winners in total this year. So I have Councilwoman Coleman here with me tonight to read the first proclamation and bestow that to the award-winning family.
It's getting to be the Jane and Jan show.
Jane and Jan show.
Okay, proclamation, whereas Project Acclaim has been honoring those who exhibit civic pride since 1985. Project Acclaim, in partnership with the City of Joliet, sponsors the Neighborhood Hero Award program to recognize those who take pride in their property. Neighborhood Hero Award honorees have outstanding yards that include maintained lawns with flowers, shrubs, and decorative trees. Neighborhood Hero Award honorees have labored intensely to create visual beauty at their property. Whereas by showing great pride in their property, these residents demonstrate great pride in their neighborhood and in our city. Now therefore, I, Robert Odekirk, Mayor of the City of Joliet, Illinois, on behalf of the Joliet City Council, do hereby recognize the efforts and outcomes of the 2021 Neighborhood Heroes and hope others will follow their example. So I'd like to thank all of you for being here this evening, and we're only gonna read the one proclamation, and then we'll just have you come up one by one, family by family. So I don't wanna mess up this name, but it's Lois Sass-Winbun? Sass, okay, 115 Dwight Street, would you like to come up? Sorry about that. It's okay.
This property was nominated for the fantastic use of colors and imaginative use of a tree stump.
Thank you very much to all of you. It's an honor to get this award.
It is a lot of hard work, but I'm telling you, it is worth it. And thank you for the opportunity that hopefully I will inspire others in my neighborhood to come and do the same thing that I do and take pride in their home. Thank you very much, all.
Okay, the Hannah family, 115 O'Neill Street.
This family was nominated for their meticulously manicured front and back lawn yard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to thank you. We work hard in our yard, and it's really nice to be recognized for that, so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next we have Joanne Bailey, 313 North Raynor Avenue.
Ms. Bailey was nominated for her well-maintained corner lot on Raynor Avenue.
Thank you very much for this recognition. I was totally surprised and honored to receive this. My husband, Bob, took care of the house all the time, and after his passing, I tried to keep it up the best I could, so thank you again.
Okay, Linda Aguilar, 357 North Raynor. Did I say right? Yes. All right. Thank you.
This was one of several houses on Raynor to receive an award this year. Together, they very much add a visual impact to the street.
Yes, thank you, and I really have to thank my neighbors because we kind of all work together to make our yards flow seamlessly, so I'm just thankful for this award. Appreciate being nominated. Thank you.
Okay, the Jacobo family, 423 Cornelia Street.
So this family moved to this house and lot just a couple of years ago, and that's you, and have dramatically improved this corner lot at Cornelia and Taylor.
Thanks for recognizing. I mean, we've been working hard on the house. It's still a project, but we're working on it.
Are you helping, Dad? Yeah. Good job. Good job. Okay, the Havelka family, 512 Mcdonough Street.
This family's landscaping and work on the exterior shows pride on this corner lot on Mcdonough.
Beautiful house.
I just want to say thank you. We are so surprised and proud. And keep us in your vision because we got places to go with this house.
All right. All right.
The Cruz family, 619 McDonough Street. Now, I was supposed to be in this picture, but I missed it because of a horrendous rainstorm that morning, and it didn't quite work out, but the whole family's there. Are they not here tonight? Oh, what a shame, because I wanted to meet them. All right, we can drop it off. All right. They did a great job. It's 619 McDonough. That house is absolutely gorgeous. I've been watching it as I come down the city hall. They painted it. It's like a navy blue with cream color, and they have these yellow chairs on the porch that just make the whole pop. And when you go down McDonough, that house just pops through the whole neighborhood. So they've really done a great job.
Let's give them a...
That's a good one.
Avila family, 1101 Bartholomew Avenue. Okay, so we'll get that award. The Gura family, 1304 Clare Avenue.
So this family has been here for what, over 30 years? Yes, so it has made an impact on the street, and over the years keeps adding and adding to the landscaping, rear and front.
Thank you for the recognition, for the hard work we put into it and the pride we take in our neighborhood. Thank you.
And she has a tiki bar in the backyard. The Morales family, 6112 Brook Ridge Drive. They're not here either, okay. The DeMora's family, 1154 Buell Avenue. There we are. Amores. I didn't get lessons before I was reading.
Also a corner lot on Reed and Buell, nominated for its meticulously maintained lawn. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the Academy. On a serious note, we moved here 5 years ago, and the day we moved in, somebody stopped and said, "Welcome to the neighborhood." We've loved it every day since. We got great neighbors, and we take pride in what we do out there, and we love it. We appreciate the recognition, so thank you very much.
Our neighborhood's that way, by all working together. The Deal family, 2502 Hannibal Circle. Make a deal? Okay. Morales family, 258 Bridge Street.
There she is.
Oh.
So this property was nominated for the color and the landscaping on this stretch of Bridge Street. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to the whole Morales family. It took a lot of effort, but it was just doesn't myself. It was my husband, my whole grandchildren and granddaughters. Thank you.
And the Ringo family, 722 West Marion Street. I did get an email from Jay. Unfortunately, they had a tragedy in their family, so they're not able to be here, but they wanted to thank us for the recognition and their beautiful home on the corner at Raynor and Marion there. They've done a terrific job, so let's give everybody a great big hand. And I, for one, want to thank you for beautifying that neighborhood, because I live right around the corner from many of you, and we love our neighborhood, so thank you.
Jane, great job again this year with this. If you could let people know how they can nominate a property or a neighbor, and then do we have this on our website? Is it only open for a certain part of the year?
It's open from May to mid-June. That's when the nomination round is, and we take nominations via email. It could just be, it's usually the property name and then a reason why. It could be a sentence or it could be a paragraph. People email me at my city email or the Project Acclaim's Gmail address. We do an announcement through the city's Facebook page in May, and we also do it on Project Acclaim's Facebook page and media releases too, so.
And when we start doing the newsletter again, we can put it in there also.
Yeah, it has been in the past, yes. So thanks to everyone who's here again tonight. The residents who have been recognized, they do put their own time and money into their properties, which it's very important to keeping our neighborhoods beautiful and nice places to live. So thanks everyone tonight, and thanks for making an impact and a difference in our city.
One quick question. Jane, how long have we been doing this?
I think 2015, that's what the records that I've seen.
2015, yeah.
And I also want, Jan Dvorsky is here also from Project Acclaim. We're a small group, and so we're always taking new members too. Our whole purpose is to just recognize people and to make the city and Joliet area better. So we get together once a month to think about who we want to recognize and what kind of programs we can do to promote the greater Joliet area. So always taking new members. So thanks, Jan, also for being here tonight.
Thank you, Jane, for being here safely.
Yes.
Jane, did you want to announce the banquet that Project Acclaim has?
Yes, we have a banquet forthcoming in November. I think it's November 3rd. I had it right. November 3rd. It'll take place at the Jacob Henry Mansion. It's an evening banquet, and there'll be more details about that forthcoming. We'll be inducting organizations into the Hall of Pride, as well as recognizing our Allen Award winners for service to the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written with the following change? Remove Council Memo 388-21 from the agenda, which is approval of changes to the Bureau of Justice Assistance Fiscal Year 20 Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program. Is there a motion to approve the agenda with the removal of Council Memo 388-21?
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone present that would like to speak on an agenda item this evening?
Mayor,
Yes.
I know Tom White's here from Three Rivers Construction Alliance, and just looking for a consensus to him jump ahead and speak about what Dave Raynor talked about yesterday about the software. I think some of his associates are here as well.
All right, we need a vote. Is there a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to let Mr. White speak.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to allow Mr. White and other representatives to speak at this time. Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council, and Joe for making me feel special, moving me up. But I do have a couple developers here that have been working all day and need to get out of here. The reason we're here tonight, 22 years ago, I started working with the City of Joliet. And during that 22 years, the permit department has never changed. It's been a whiteboard with sticky notes all over it, and any builder in the area that does business with the city has had to go through that. The city has grown so much, there's so many permits and things coming through the department, it's time to modernize. The county's done it, they've went to the online portal where people can upload their plans. The planners got it at easy access, they can look at it, the developers can say, okay, here's who, Larry has looked at my plans now, so now it's heading over to Terry. Once Terry's looked at it, it goes to Pat. They can tell who's been touching it, where it's at in the process, just to make this a lot easier, to get these buildings moving a little bit quicker and get the city, some money coming into the coffers. At the end of the day, that's, the sooner we can get these businesses up moving, the better off the city is. And I've got a few reps with me that want to say a few words. We'll keep it short and sweet and get out of your hair. But at the time it comes up, I would say that I would urge you all to vote yes on some modernization in the permit department, in the building department. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you for allowing us to speak here tonight in this forum. My name is Dennis Williams. I represent Ragnar Benson Construction. We're currently working at the Union Pacific Global 4, building the ag transload facility. By implementing this type of a software program, what it does is it makes things a lot more efficiency. And as a contractor, we know that anytime you can make something more efficient, it's going to be more productive. You can process things faster. It just would be a good program to implement. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Len McHenry with Gas and Wash. We're currently constructing our 4th location in the city of Joliet. Hope that next year we plan on working on number 5 with you guys. I'm here to support Tom and the new program, so we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. My name is Seth Perez with the Indiana, Illinois, Iowa Foundation for Fair Contracting. I'm here today to urge you to support upgrades to the permitting process. I think right now there's never been a more important time to support IT upgrades. I urge you just to look at the massive problems that the Illinois Department of Employment Security has had in the last 18 months processing unemployment claims. The state's outdated technology infrastructure is mainly to blame. And for that reason, I urge Joliet to invest in the IT upgrades today and make its permitting process more efficient. And I believe that this investment can't wait. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Jim, is this coming in front of the council soon?
We are in the process of vetting the software. We have an initial idea of which particular software. We looked at several. Dave Brainerd has looked at several different options. We believe we've narrowed that down, so we'll hope to get that to you sooner, much sooner rather than later. We want to go through some more, a couple of more iterations of testing to make sure that this is the right move, because once we start migrating, there's no turning back. So we're only going to have one shot to get this right. And but I want to have that up and operational by sometime in the winter time, so that when the construction season hits in the spring, we will be fully operational. Everybody will know how it works, and it'll be a much smoother transition. So that's kind of, the ideally that has to be the timeline. So it'll be coming sooner rather than later.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Mayor.
Next on the agenda are appointments. Tonight, the mayor is recommending Derrick Egan and John Earl be appointed to the Regional Port District. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to appoint Derrick Egan and John Earl to the Regional Port District. Councilman Guerrero?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
This is the same John Girl I know.
Yeah.
Welcome back, John. Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Next are council committee reports. First is the Finance Committee report.
Finance Committee met here in the chambers at 5:30. Attending the meeting was Councilman Guerrero and Councilwoman Reardon. It was a short meeting. The Finance Committee started with a report from Jim Gondati on our finances for the month, and with the recommendation from last month from Councilwoman Reardon, she asked to change the format to add 2019 as our comparison with 2021 rather than 2020. Everyone knows what type of a disaster that was. So in our comparison with 2019, you'll see if you go on committee reports that we are financially ahead about $25 million from where we were before, and expenses are down from where we were. Everything is tracking positively, and we hope that obviously will stay. The next meeting, we should have our audit report to give to out there, everyone. And that's my report, unless anybody has anything to add to it. That's it.
Is there any particular category that's way up or that jumps off the page at you?
Somewhat. So we do have the 11 million in here that we received that wasn't there before. But we also are missing some monies in that there's the amusement tax that comes from the racetrack that is off. But all the other categories, we have the replacement tax that's up $1 million. That was the tax that would come from Amazon. So there's a handful that are all up. The home rule sales tax is up a couple $1 million. The state sales tax is up a couple $1 million. So Mr. Gondati felt that with all the stimulus money that most individuals have gotten, they have spent it, that they had not put it in the back. And maybe I can call on Jim. Did you have any other piece to add to the areas that the finances would have come up from?
The two areas that are really exploding this year is building permits. At the 6 month, we already had $3 million worth building permits. Last year, we had $3 million for the whole year. The other area is ambulance billings. We are tracking right now that we probably will go to about $10 million this year. That's about $5 million above what we've ever had. If you remember, Chief Blasky added additional billing for Medicare portion, and the council did that, I think, last September. So those are the two areas that are way up. Let's hope the building keeps up and that the lumber shortage doesn't shortchange it. So thank you.
That's very good news. Thank you.
Public Service Committee report.
Public safety?
Public Safety was canceled.
Okay.
Oh, public service,
Public
you're
Service
calling?
Committee.
Okay. Yes, the Public Service Committee met yesterday here in the council chambers. President was President Terry Morris, as I was about to say president. Myself and our colleague, Larry Hugg, had the exciting pleasure of taking his son off to college, so that's a great thing. But in the meeting, we went over the contracts, change orders, pay estimates, final payments, ordinances, and resolutions. We found everything to be in order and came to the conclusion some of them will come to the council for full approval. Terry, did I miss anything, Mr. President?
I don't believe so.
All righty then, sir. That is our report, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Question, Terry?
Yes.
How long did the meeting last?
Well, I didn't want to bring it up.
Right.
It was fairly, quick meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but.
We went in for about 15 minutes.
Hey, why don't you move the mask up a little bit?
About 15 minutes, sir, and it was the Greg Ruddy show yesterday. You really missed it. You missed it, yes.
Good job, guys.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of the minutes. It's recommended the minutes of the pre-council meeting held on August 2nd, 2021, and the minutes of the council meeting held on August 3rd, 2021 stand approved as recorded. Council Memo 387-21, position vacancies. It's recommended the city manager be authorized to fill one firefighter paramedic position, one police patrol officer position, one planner position, one paralegal position, one laboratory technician and plant operations position, and any subsequent vacancies which may occur with these positions. Council Memo 388-21 was previously removed from the agenda. Council Memo 389-21, award of contract for the Eastern Avenue, Washington Street roadway project to Austin Tyler Construction in the amount of $588,588.66. Council Memo 390-21, change order number 1 for the 2021 sanitary sewer rehabilitation program to Performance Pipelining in the amount of $168,436.03. It's recommended Council Memos 389-21 and 390-21 be approved. Is there a motion to approve all said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving on, under ordinances, Council Memo 392-21, ordinances associated with St. Francis Outlet subdivision. This includes an ordinance approving a preliminary plat and an ordinance approving a recording plat of St. Francis Outlet, a minor subdivision. It is recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 393-21, an ordinance approving a variation of use to allow continuation of 2 single-family homes on one lot located at 313, 315 South Joliet Street. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So move.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 394-21, an ordinance approving a special use permit to allow an equipment and tool rental, sale, display, repair, maintenance, and warehousing located at 2951 Mound Road. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon. Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under resolutions, Council Memo 396-21, a resolution authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding and agreement with Will County. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 397-21, a resolution approving an intergovernmental grant agreement with the State of Illinois Department of Natural Resources. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 398-21, a resolution appropriating funds for the Eastern Avenue Washington Street roadway project in the amount of $387,661.16. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon. Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
I just want to, again, for those who weren't tuned in yesterday, I'd encourage the citizens at home, if you want to read about where I believe the city's headed, please pick up the book, Our Towns. I gave it to the staff and the council, so I'll give it a plug. It's also on HBO, so please, take a look at that, and you'll see what some of the great things that are in store for Joliet here going forward. And with that concludes my comments. Thank you. My last time talking about that.
Next is new business, not for final action or recommendation.
Joe, maybe?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd just like to ask a question maybe to the city manager. I understand that the citizens review piece has been thoroughly vetted by committees and by the police department. Just wanted to know when we can expect that to come to the council.
I defer to the Corporation Council. They've been working hand in hand with that, so
Okay.
they'll give you a better explanation than I can, Councilwoman.
Yes, sir.
I have, thank you. And now remember, we have not had a legislative committee meeting since March. Now, I did meet with some of the people who I see in the audience tonight a few months back, and we went through some ideas. And I spoke with Councilman Morris, who was chairman of the legislative committee, and he and I agreed that this would be brought to committee in October. We have a lot of things on the agenda for the September meeting, and so we didn't want two large issues at one meeting like we've had before. So it's going to be a committee in October, and we'll see where it goes from there.
See where it goes from there. Thank you so much for the information, sir.
Caesar?
No.
Just two quick items. Where are we at in September? Can we have a executive session review of where we're at with the Loves project?
That will be tonight.
Oh, that is tonight we're having it. Okay. You guys are ahead of the gun. Second, as a matter of record, I want to put it in the record and point out to Councilman Morris that I did arrive here for today's meeting, and it is a half-hour meeting.
So far. Yeah, just a couple of things. Two things. I guess I know Mr. Goddard in the past has worked and maybe City Manager Jim. On my way here, I got a text and a phone call concerning water bills. And I don't have a lot of information, but maybe you all are already on top of this, where, 1 month someone's bill was like $89 and the next month it was $500. And it's a little concern, and not sure how many people, and we're not sure what's going on. They had called the city in regards to this, one resident did, and this was over a 3-month period. So the first month, it was a little high. The second month, it came down like it normally is, but it went back up the third month. But I try to get some more information, but I know in the past, people have talked to Mr. Godotti and have been satisfied with the outcome, as well as the water department coming out, finding out if it's leaks or things of that nature. But I didn't, want it to seem like, and the way it was brought to me was like the city is not being forthcoming or something, like we doing this on purpose. So I just want to make sure that we as a council is aware that there's been some conversation about water bills.
Right, Councilman, we address all the citizens' concerns about water bills. Sometimes people don't realize that a running toilet, or they leave a faucet on, or the kids leave something on, that will cause a huge spike in the water bill. But there's no reason for anybody's water bill to be we have not changed the water rates. We're not, so there's no reason for these, any sort of substantial increase. So usually we work with folks when they call up and find out, try to track it down. Is there a water leak somewhere or something? So, and we will continue to do that. So please, I encourage people to call in. We don't want, nobody wants a huge water bill like that, and that's completely understandable, so.
Right, and my last thing, the speaker, Councilman Hood brought up Love's. They own a piece of property, and I've talked to Gabe in Neighborhood Services, and he's been, on top of it as much as he can, reaching out to the ownership of Love. They're not keeping up the property, not the main parcel, but the property is a small lot away from the main property. And it's just overgrown. I've drove by there for several months now. They did cut it one time, but again, it wasn't a really good job. And Gabe is using every city resources he can to get them to come down. But I just thought too that I would, make that public, to the city, because I did get a couple of calls from residents out there in that area that drive by.
All right, absolutely. We'll reach out to them and see if we can't get them to do that. If not, we'll have might have some remedies in the back of my mind that we might be able to move forward on. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll absolutely thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Okay.
Just,
Sure.
we want a clean, safe city. So, thank you, Councilman.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Jan?
Well, let's not beat a dead horse. However, Senor Tequila over there on Jefferson Street, where everything was torn down, and because the well wasn't capped, and I heard that the well was capped, but there's still a bunch of construction debris all over the place.
Yeah, it's my understanding that they've started construction there, Councilwoman.
But they're not cleaning it up before they start construction.
Well,
it's a mess. It's the same mess that's been there since they tore it down. Just saying.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Councilman. Okay.
Clean it up, please, people. That's all I have, sir.
Okay, I have a couple things. It started really a couple weeks ago, but there are an inordinate amount of events coming to Joliet the next few weeks. I think that the simple explanation is late last year or early on this year, because of COVID, we were locked down again. No one knew exactly when we were coming out of it or what Joliet or our country would look like at the end of it. And then in the spring, when things started opening up very quickly, there was a rush by a lot of different organizations to try to schedule events. Most of them were pushed back into August and September. So I have a list here of things that are coming up. It might be incomplete, but Krista, I was hoping that we could put this on the city website. And certainly if I miss any events, if people could contact the clerk's office or my office and let us know, we'll get you on the website. But there's a lot coming to Joliet. Tonight there is a car show downtown out at the City Plaza. This weekend, the Park District is going to put on a mini version of the Taste of Joliet. Friday night will be, there'll be alcohol and bands playing, and Saturday and Sunday there will be food vendors out the Park District. So I urge people to support the Park District. They couldn't do this last year, but I'm glad they're able to get something together this year. Next Saturday, August 21st, Including You is going to have their annual event in downtown Joliet. If you were paying attention a couple weeks ago, the sponsors of Including You came to the city council. It's been a great event, an annual event. Again, they couldn't do it last year, but glad to see them coming back. August 21st, there also will be a Latino business fair put on by Alianza. That's the Latino Chamber of Commerce. That will be at Mount Carmel Church. We'll get the information on that. But again, Alianza has been very vibrant. I'm glad to see them pushing forward. September 11th, the Chamber of Commerce is going to have New Orleans North. That's an event that usually happens, I believe, in late May, but they're gonna do it this year in September. It's been a great downtown event. If you haven't come, I encourage you to come. The food's outstanding, and it's been a great time over the years. October 2nd, there will be an event, Panic at the Plaza in downtown Joliet. September 25th, Tunes and Brews, another event in downtown Joliet that's put on by the City Center Partnership. September 18th, there will be a Latin music and food festival, again in downtown Joliet. I believe the purpose of this was to replace the Fiesta and Lake Holly, which we could not do this year, which we've done in years past. So that should be a fun event. That same day on September 18th, the Rock and Roll Museum is going to be hosting a car show in downtown Joliet. September 25th, the prison is going to have the Blues Brothers movie at the prison. They did this a couple years ago. Apparently it was very successful, so it's going to be open again for the movie. In October, the prison is going to announce they're going to start 7 days a week for doing paranormal shows or paranormal tours at the prison. Again, I know in years past they've been very successful selling these out. Mid-September, the haunted house, which is being constructed across the street from the prison at the old women's prison, is set to open. I took a tour of the site a couple weeks ago. As we know, we brought in a national vendor to do this. I was really encouraged by what I saw. I think it's going to do very well, probably more for younger people than most people in the audience, but I think it's going to do very, very well with the ambiance of that building and what they have put together over there. I talked to Marge Franchini last week. The Mexican Independence Day Parade is going to happen on September 18th, starting at 1 o'clock. Again, it's a great annual tradition in Joliet. Thanks to Marge and everyone for putting that together. And then on November 26th, we are planning on having the Light Up the Holidays Parade, again in downtown Joliet. That's been an annual event, which we did not do last year because of COVID. I also know the Rialto has got a full schedule of acts that are coming or are in the process of coming between now and the end of the year. So again, that may be incomplete, but I want to put that up on the city website, let people know what's coming to Joliet and what they could do. And I want to thank everyone involved in this for putting it on and encourage Joliet citizens to support all these local endeavors as we go forward for the rest of the year. So that's all I have.
Next is public comments. Is there anyone that would like to speak under public comments this evening?
Give me a second here. Okay. Evening, my name is Paul Schultz. I'm president of Reedwood Neighborhood Association. I'm here today representing the Neighborhood Association and our neighborhood residents. Our group is questioning the whole Airbnb that are located throughout the city. Turns out there's probably more than 40 of them right now. Why has this only come to everybody's attention when the O'Lears, I guess it's pronounced O'Lears, are want to open up one, and they're going about it the right way and asking for permits and whatnot. Why has the city overlooked this? We have found out for ourselves there are numerous B&Bs throughout Joliet and in our neighborhood. My question is to the mayor, city council, and city manager. Why isn't the city collecting revenue and taxes from these businesses? Are they listed under basically the same category as a hotel or a motel? Okay, they have to have a business license, they have to pay taxes. It's the same thing. People are renting rooms nightly, weekly, or even monthly. These Airbnbs are getting the same money for a room that they get for a hotel room, but they're doing it tax-free. They're doing it in our neighborhoods. Okay, they're not zoned for this type of a business. I have a couple of examples that we just punched in right in my neighborhood. Okay, there is literally a camper. I took a snapshot of the advertisement on the corner of Wheeler and Manor Court, B209 Wheeler. It's an Airbnb, the camper, set up in the driveway, $78 a night. Your private Airbnb. A block down the street at Morgan and Wheeler, there's a basement. That's a room in an entertainment center, $119 a night, Airbnb. Between these two in a one block stretch. That's $1,400 a week in revenue if they're rented out. You know, why do these people not have to have business licenses? Why isn't the city taxing it the same as a hotel? I foresee in the future, and this is my opinion, that next thing you know, you're gonna have motels and hotels coming to you saying, hey, they don't have to charge, you know, and pay taxes and pay for business permits, you know, business licenses. Why do we? I thank you for hearing me on this subject.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Paul. You're welcome.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak?
Hello. I am coming to address the issue about the water. I am the property manager of a house. It's a residence that had 3 months of $88 water bills, and the last water bill was $499. In January, we had the city engineer to come out and see if there was a leak because the water bill jumped up to $200-something. There was no leak found. Recently, we tested all of the toilets. There's 2 toilets on site. We tested the toilets. There were no leaks. It was told to us that water issues could course correct themselves, but for the bill to be $200 in January, jump up to $499, and the tenants there, they're not doing anything differently. They say the water is not running on a consistent basis. And so I did reach out to other residents. As a matter of fact, the next door neighbor also had a $400 water bill the same month. He doesn't even live there on a regular basis. I actually saw his water bill where there were tons of zeros where there was no use of water, but his water bill was $400. And then also another residence, so I have 3 residents where the water has spiked up for a water leak. That's kind of a coincidence, especially when 2 properties are right next door to each other. Thank you, Councilman.
Ma'am, if you want, after the meeting, if you could speak with our finance director, Jim Mcdonough, he might be able to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Tanya Arias. I'm here representing the Collins Street Neighborhood Council. You pretty much have in mind what I'm going to speak about. So it's the Joliet Black Party that was scheduled to take place on August 8th of this year. We did have a meeting with Mr. Caparelli, so I do thank you for accepting us to meet with you. Mayor, I do know that you were unable to meet with us. But during the meeting, we did share some of the concerns that we had with our residents. That they were going to be very disappointed that this event was canceled at the very last minute, given that this event has been in the works for over 2 years. Under the museum is specifically the old Joliet Prison Preservation Coalition. We follow the formatting, because I sit on that coalition as a member. So we follow the same formatting that the museum uses for their break-in events. So we're thinking we're following everything to the T. This was something special for the neighborhood that this prison is in their backyard, something to include them. And also it gives a different meeting. So it was gonna be a 2-day event, the annual fundraiser on a Saturday, with a focus on Sunday with the neighborhood, kind of engaging them, mending that relationship. And also because that neighborhood is very diverse. It's a rich history of diversity where the demographics are predominantly African-American, Hispanic. The 2 groups that we all know in the United States are the 2 groups that are most impacted by incarceration and in social injustice. So we were going to be talking about that, trying to mend that relationship. Because there are people in the neighborhood who don't feel that the prison is just being used as kind of to make fun of people who were incarcerated. So this was a great event. Museum has always been on board with it. So to tell us that our event has to be canceled and not really give us clear-cut reasons as to why, especially if we're following the same method, the same procedures that's being followed for the annual prison fundraiser, didn't sit really well with the neighborhood. especially when they're seeing that Saturday's event was still scheduled, was still a go, and they're saying this is the same exact thing. Why is ours canceled? There were some terms in the meeting that were used that I'm not going to repeat tonight, but was pretty much a slap in the face to everyone in that meeting. It did take a lot of offense to members who were there at that meeting. So we're just asking that the city council, I know we agreed at that meeting that we want to work together. We want to mend that relationship with the neighborhood. We want to make something special happen, whether it's us, whether it's anyone else in the city of Joliet. This event was going to be something that's multicultural, family-oriented, to give a different aspect of what's going on in that prison. So we do encourage that city council please look into how can we, because we did ask, how can we make this event better? We do have to answer to our residents that we as a city council, we as a neighborhood organization do represent, and we help to be a liaison between them and yourselves. If they have any questions, we always send them your way. When you guys have any updates, we always make sure that they're aware of that as well. So we're just asking that, please just give us information. How can we move forward? How can we make this event either happen this year or next year? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening?
Good evening, council members. My name is Alicia Morales. I am addressing you today as a private citizen of Joliet and a member of the Collins Street Neighborhood Council. The last thing I need is to be shamed because I'm an elected official. I'm not here speaking on any kind of elected office, but rather, like I said, as a private citizen and a member of the Collins Street Neighborhood Council. I just gave our city clerk, Krista Desiderio, 2 items to pass around. One of them, 2 flyers. One of them is a excerpt that I took from the paper from 7 years ago. I'm sorry, from 2007 on rebuilding community that talks about the city of Joliet and this quality of life task force that started in 2007 that the city of Joliet paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to have a study done specifically for districts 4 and 5. Which I was a member of that planning. Actually, the Quality of Life Task Force was formed by various grassroots community leaders. They referred to the people on this task force as leaders, including Councilman Terry Morris, Councilwoman, the late Councilwoman Susie Barber, Councilwoman Jan Quillman, Dave Evans from Rainbow Push, Betty Gavin, from National Hookup of Black Women at the time, who's now on our council, Charles Jones, Lewis University, Kathy Kaiser from Jacob, the Joliet Area Church Organized Body, myself, Alicia Morales, at the time I was with a private school here in Joliet, and also Betty Washington, who is in the audience today from the NAACP. We were part of the leadership that went through this quality of life plan that I believe sits somewhere here on a shelf. So that's what the one of those items is, a story about the study that was being done. And the second item that I sent to you is a 1 page from the executive summary from this thick book that I have here. And as Tanya mentioned, we're trying to build trust. We're trying to amend our community. But it seems like we've been doing that even since before 2007, when a study went in and the paper article says rebuilding Joliet. I feel like 14 years later, we're still having this conversation. When are we going to look back and say that we did rebuild it? We are working on it in good faith and building trust and credibility with integrity. Okay, if I was considered a leader back then, and many of you were part of this study, I trust a lot of you that you're gonna do the right thing and that you're gonna extend an olive branch and that we're gonna be able to work together. When I ask for certain issues or things to be looked at on the east side, I'm not trying to be divisive. These issues have existed, which is why a study was done for districts 4 and 5. Socioeconomic mixing in neighborhoods that are diverse in race, ethnicity, income, and income benefits everyone. Sociological and economic research have demonstrated the high costs associated with racial and income segregation. We take for granted that integration and equal opportunity should be valued for their own sake, but it's worth noting that achieving greater integration along both racial ethnic, and income dimensions is important to achieving more widespread prosperity and combating poverty. This event that was going to take place at the prison was to help bring together and bridge that economic disparity by bringing local vendors in, because before you organize things, you have to build trust, okay? And that's what we were going to try to do. The segregation of poverty or a marginalized racial group creates a collective burden on residents of these communities. This burden is evident in day-to-day quality of life issues, which is what this was, quality of life. Is that my 4 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for your time. I had a little bit more to say, but I respect that I only have 4 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Seeing none, next is mayor and council comment. Oh.
How y'all doing, council, mayor? So, Mayor, when you have done great things for the city. You've moved it in the right direction. I supported you because I agreed with you on a lot of things you were doing. Now we had a disagreement. There were some things said that there was a war on police, and then Larry Hood jumped right on it. Oh, you bashed the legislature, you went, all of which is a lie. When you're in a position of power, you have an obligation to speak the truth and not gaslight situations. Germany in World War II was started because a jackass started a lie and gaslit the situation. And thousands and millions of people perished because of that. It's like nobody can speak up or speak out against you without reprimand. That's not integrity and leadership, that's tyranny. If people don't agree with you, you take it for what it's worth. Lions don't concern themselves with the opinion of sheep. And every time somebody goes, bah, here you go. Arf. What did you say? That'll teach you to speak out of turn. You cannot lead like that. It must be with integrity. It has to be compromised. There has to be conversation. So when people are given a platform, you have an obligation to not take that platform and use it for incorrect things, because this is how we ended up in the insurrection. People tolerate you because they have to. Tolerating somebody and respecting them are two totally different things. You're ruining your legacy because you have an inability to not humble yourself. If people don't agree with you, leave it for what it's worth. It shouldn't lead to somebody calling somebody's job, getting somebody fired, or whatever the case may be. You have to be mindful of your words when y'all are on this platform. Mr. Caporelli went right into the KKK and the outlaw motorcycle gang. Those people would blow your damn car up with you in it. You definitely don't want to rile those people up. Be mindful of the things you say and how you come across to people.
Hey, Betty, point of order.
That is your obligation. You can take from it what you will. But I read the comments, I read everything that was said, and what y'all said on that day was an outright lie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Next is.
How you doing today, Council? Carl Farrell, coming to you today as the chair of Black Lives Matter. And I stand in solidarity with Cotton Street Neighborhood Council. I really don't understand the reasons. Well, no one here does understand the reasons why their venue was canceled. And we're looking for answers. We're looking for accountability. Not just myself, my organization, the other organizations I represent, other communities. As I stated before, everything is just a conversation. And once people start aligning themselves together, and there's more of an understanding with the different neighborhoods out here, and we have understanding that we don't have that many differences, there's gonna be more solidarity. And once there is more solidarity, things such as this situation just won't be accepted. So we coming today, and we'll keep coming until we get the answers we need. Today, we only gonna speak about that event. So we're looking for answers, and I hope you can get us some.
Thank you.
My name is Amy Sanchez. I'm not here in any capacity other than myself. So I get alerts on my phone and I happen to be looking down at it. And, I ended the meeting that we had for the community about when the community had questions at the Collins Street neighborhood meeting that we had on last Sunday, a week ago Sunday, I'm sorry, with a quote that's over the chapel of the old Joliet prison that says, "There's always time to mend. There's time to mend. It's never too late to mend," sorry. And right now, my Facebook friend Bobby Hernandez is live at, right behind the Collins Street prison is the Collins Street Auto Parts, and it's on fire. There's billowing smoke. All politics aside and all games and jokes aside, I truly love Joliet and I wanted to see it prosper. I always want to see it prosper. I've been standing at this podium since I was 9 years old for various reasons over the years because I truly love Joliet and do want to see it a better place. But this could be catastrophic. I pray for the Krauses and hope their business is salvageable. But this billowing smoke has been going on for the last 3 to 5 minutes at least that I've seen it. And Bobby probably got the call 5 to 10 minutes after the fact anyways. So I'm praying for the Krauses. I'm praying that the prison isn't damaged by this, but this is devastating. This brought tears to my eyes as soon as I started watching it. Hair backseat at my seat. And there's many of us like-minded as well, like some of you that sit on this council and that work for this city. We truly want to see it progress and move forward. So I hope that we can all mend and move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Mayor and council comments are next.
Joe?
I have nothing, sir.
Caesar? Larry?
Nothing.
Yeah, you know what, I'd just like to publicly thank, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, I had mentioned the community event that took place Saturday, and it was an outpouring of help from all the city unions. I'd just like to thank them, the patrolmen, the fire, streets unions. They really came out and made it successful. Even some of the private-owned businesses here in Joliet, P.T. Farrell, donated book bags, school supplies, Intercom Electric. I said I wasn't going to try to name them all. I'm going to probably forget somebody. Three Rivers, Tom White was here earlier. It was just a big help to make it a successful event. I was out of town. I wasn't able to be there, but I heard it was nice. Some of the Joliet police officers participated in some of the games, and it was just a good community event. So I just like to thank all those people and organizations that played a part in making it a successful event. Thank you, Mayor.
Just to add another operation to the mayor's list of events, the Joliet Slammers have a number of home games here at the end of August to finish out their season. It's a great bargain. If anybody hasn't been to the stadium, they should try to make it.
Thanks. Jan?
Yeah, Bicentennial Park, only 2 more concerts on the Hill on Thursday night, one's tomorrow and one's next week. Tomorrow will be the Joliet Township High School Symphonic Band and Audley Rex on the jazz, playing jazz saxophone. And then the following and season finale is 8/26 with the Joliet Township High School Band and the American Legion Band to finish us off for the summer. If you haven't been out there, it's been a lot of fun this year. So going out, concerts are free, and it's usually a nice evening. The rain usually holds off, so let's hope so. Be well and stay safe, everyone.
Sherry? Good, thank you. A couple things. One, just to address Mr. Hervey, I don't know if he's still here. I'm not sure if you understood the context of the comments, but I pride myself as an elected official of being honest with people and telling them where I stand. I think most people appreciate that as opposed to someone who patronizes you or tells you what you want to hear. So while I know you and others may have disagreed, that's my opinion. I believe it's my job to express and let people in this city know where the mayor stands on a specific issue. That issue that night was brought to us by the Kappa neighborhood group who was complaining about violence in their neighborhoods. That's what triggered that response. So it wasn't an attack on anybody, but it was, I think, a pretty clear indication of my opinion. So I will always give my opinion when asked. So anyways, beyond that, August 5th, the Chamber of Commerce put on the New Educators Breakfast. It's an annual event. It was done in College of St. Francis, it's a really great community event, welcoming all new teachers to the Joliet area, our Joliet school system. Many of them are first-time teachers out of college getting their first job, but others are teachers who have transferred in. So it's a great annual event. Again, great to see this happening post-COVID again. August 7th, a Saturday, was a busy day. Again, probably where all this started, but You had Kids Fest in downtown Joliet, Councilman Guerrero, I know you were there, others from the council were there. There was the bash at the Big House, that was the prison event. My understanding was from the museum, it was very successful. They had several thousand people come through there, again, to support the museum in the prison renovation. The Harvey Brooks Foundation Community Day backpack occurred that day. I stopped down and talked to the folks at Harvey Brooks. It was a great event that they had that day. There was the Relay for Life at the Joliet Park District. Again, that's been an annual event for raising money for cancer and cancer awareness. So again, another great day in downtown Joliet, or throughout Joliet, but including downtown. Last Saturday on August 14th at Bicentennial Park was Blues Fest. Great job to the Bicentennial Park crew. I was there again, another big crowd and people enjoying our city and our city center. And then the next day on August 15th, the Friends of Joliet had an event at Azteca de Oro. I want to thank Rosa Hernandez and Rudy Guerra who put the event on. The purpose of the event was to promote friendship and community throughout Joliet, specifically in the Spanish community. There were a number of vendors there. There was free food. There were vaccines being given out, live entertainment. Again, this was a free event. They didn't charge anything to this happen, for this to happen. The estimate I received was close to 2,000 people came through Azteca de Oro that day. It was jam-packed when I was there. You couldn't find a parking spot in the parking lot, so it was a great event. So again, a lot of good things happen in our city and a lot more good to come. And again, I encourage everyone here to partake in the different events and the multicultural events that are happening in Joliet in the next few weeks. Certainly, they're there for everyone in our city to enjoy, not for any one or any specific group. So that's all I have for tonight. I think we do have executive session. Is that correct?
Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition, or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which the meeting will be adjourned?
So moved. Second.
Been motion and seconded to approve. Councilman Guerrero.
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Coleman. Aye. Councilwoman Reardon. Aye. Councilman Clement.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carries.